What is going on, everybody? My name is Dennis and this is Mayhem Training, and today I have a recap of one of my clients' powerlifting meets that she did this past Saturday. So if you really don't care about what I have to say about the meet and the prep, then you can skip right through this part and watch the attempts on her main lifts: squats, bench, and deadlift. And I was not able to capture her last attempt of deadlift on my GoPro because I had a malfunction, so that is not included, so I'm sorry about that. But either way, back to the recap. So basically, we did like I believe like a 15-week program. However, it was supposed to be about 20-ish weeks. So because we didn't have enough time to complete the full program, we kind of had to skip weeks. So her intensity block was a little bit shorter than I wanted it to be, right? Ideally, she should have done maybe like 2-3 more weeks of intensity training leading into her taper and test, but that's something we had to work around. I also did travel twice during her meet prep, so that was another factor too that played into it. She also traveled on December. She was going through a lot of personal and professional life changes, so there was a lot of obstacles that we had to work around and maneuver. And Amy did even mention to me that there was a point in time during the meet prep that she felt like giving up, right? She felt like she was not gonna be able to perform her best. She was dealing with a lot of shoulder pain, hip pain. So there's a lot of things that was basically making her feel like she was not doing as good or performing at the level that she should have been performing. But thankfully, we were able to overcome that, and she was able to, get herself in a mindset that yes, even though she may not be performing at her best, I think just staying consistent, staying the course, and completing the goal that you set out to complete is a big win in itself, right? So I can talk from personal experience that when I've had meets in which I don't perform my best, it can be very mentally challenging to overcome that after the fact, right? Because you did all these weeks of training for one day, and that one day doesn't go as planned. You don't do as good, you don't feel as strong, and it sucks, right? But it is what it is. She still was able to put up decent numbers that got her to 3rd place. Now, even though she did not hit any PRs and she did less load than her first meet, like I said, just her going through and completing the meet in its entirety, going through the meet prep, is a big win in itself and a big win in my books, right? So on her 3rd attempt of bench, we took a big jump, and in retrospect, that was a bad call on my part, right? Because I took too long to give them the 2nd attempt, so they automatically jumped only 5 kilos for the 2nd attempt. So for the 3rd attempt, I decided to be a little too overly ambitious and cause her to fail the rep, which in turn also psychologically, affected her, right? So in that part, I could have done a better decision. I could have had smarter choices, but you live and you learn, right? So with that being said, I hope this is insightful, inspiring, and Amy, if you're watching this, I'm very proud of you and all the work that you've put in. Thank you for the trust. Peace. So it is a little bit before 7, and we have Miss Amy Jo about to do her 2nd competition. How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm excited.
All right, so we're gonna head to the gym and meet you guys there.
No, I think last year we had 4.
We got the weigh-in, equipment check, and ride kites. So now we just chill for an hour and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Around the bar, your thumb does not have to be. You have to squat down until appreciate by your hip, breaks the plane at the top of the knee. That's proper down. That's the way. Amy about to do her last attempt. How you feeling, kid?
I feel great.
We have Amy Joseph attempting 110 kilos, 242 pounds. Nice for Amy.
See that? Fucking interesting. How are you feeling, Amy?
All right, so the first category that I have is the Women's Raw Master 100 plus. Amy Joseph.
Yeah, Amy.
All right, and in second place, can you make it real loud for the Women's Raw Open 82.5 class? Thank you again, ladies.
Buen provecho. Go.
Gracias. Entraña.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially done. Amy placed
I feel better.
third on the women's Raw Open on the 82.5 kg weight class. So really proud of her. Look at that medal, sweet.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Boom! You heard it here first, people. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.